Good morning, boys and girls. Okay, so I would like you to get your My Perspectives books out, as well as a pencil, and then you need to turn to page 15. You can pause the video while you get your book out and ready. Again, make sure you have a sharpened pencil. So for today's lesson, we are going to read the poem Gifted from Brown Girl Dreaming, and then I'm going to read it once through, and then I will read it a second time, and I'll read a stanza and then I'll pause, and then I'll read the next stanza and I'll pause, and so on until we're done. There's only 4 stanzas. Each time I'm done reading a stanza, I want you to pause the video so that you can do your annotating for that stanza. Remember, you're highlighting or underlining things that help you understand the text, things that the author is repeating or that stand out to you on how the author, Jacqueline Woodson, feels about her sisters or brother, whoever's in this poem. And then make sure you're also writing notes, you're annotating on the sides, okay? So again, we're on page 15 and we're looking at the poem Gifted. Gifted. Everyone knows my sister is brilliant. The letters come home folded neatly inside official-looking envelopes that my sister proudly hands over to my mother. Odella has achieved. Odella has excelled at. Odella has been recommended to. Odella's outstanding performance in. She is gifted, we are told, and I imagine presents surrounding her. I am not gifted. When I read, the words twist, twirl across the page. When they settle, it is too late. The class has already moved on. I want to catch words one day. I want to hold them, then blow gently, watch them float right out of my hands. Okay, so as you are close reading, there are some little notes on the side here that I want you to pay attention to. So annotate in Gifted, mark the words that are repeated in lines 5 through 7. So remember, the numbers on the side are the numbers of the line. So 5, 6, and 7, and actually 8. Answer the question. Why has the poet chosen to repeat these words? So you're going to write your thinking on why she's chosen to repeat that on the side here. And then you're also should add, what effect does this repetition have on you as the reader? What does it help you understand or get from this poem? Before we go on to our second reading, again, I want to make sure I point out you're looking for words also now that we're going to do our close reading. You're looking for words that are going to stand out to you. And there are 2 on this page. There is twisted and there is twirl. Remember, I do want you to circle those and I want you to draw lines over to the right side of the page where the definitions are. All right, here we go. I'm going to read stanza number 1. When I'm done, I want you to pause and do your annotating for this stanza. Gifted. And again, if there's something with that title that you can add, write it on the side, circle it, whatever. Here we go, stanza 1. Everyone knows my sister is brilliant. The letters come home folded neatly inside official-looking envelopes that my sister proudly hands over to my mother. Odella has achieved. Odella has excelled at. Odella has been recommended to. Odella's outstanding performance in. Okay, pause the video and go and do your annotating for this first stanza. And remember, look at the words that are repeated in lines 5 through 8, actually. And why do you think the poet chose to repeat those words, and what effect does that repetition have on you as the reader? Okay, so hopefully you paused to do your underlining, your close reading of that first stanza, as well as your annotating, your note-taking. So stanza 2. She is gifted, we are told, and I imagine presents surrounding her. Again, pause the video, do your close reading, your underlining, and your annotating. Okay, again, hopefully you did pause the video and you did do your annotating and close reading. Stanza 3. I am not gifted. When I read, the words twist, twirl across the page. When they settle, it is too late. The class has already moved on. Again, pause, do your close reading and your annotating. What are we learning about the author in this stanza? Okay, hopefully you did pause and you did your annotating. We're going to read the last stanza now. I want to catch words one day. I want to hold them, then blow gently, watch them float right out of my hands. Pause the video, do your close reading and your annotating for that stanza. Again, what are we learning about the author? Okay, so we've now read through Gifted once. We read through it a second time, and you should have paused after I read each stanza to do your annotating. Now I want you to go to page 19 in your book, and there is a question there for you to answer. Okay, page 19. Number 2, in Gifted, what does the poet hope she will one day be able to do with words? Remember, you have to restate the question into your answer. So you will start, in Gifted, the poet hopes she will one day be able to, and then go back to the poem on page 15. And you will find that in the poem, what she wants to do with words. When you are done, close your book and get your independent reading book out, and you are to log any reading that you do. Make sure that you take your time with this work, though, because it is going to be taken as a grade.